Okay, I'm Jeff Bodine, and I'm back for another Saturday game of Warhammer 40K, and I'm joined by my friend Andrew. Hey there. Hey. All right, so we're gonna do some 40K, like I said, and today's mission is gonna be supply drop, which is at Alpha and Omega, where two of the objectives in No Man's Land go away throughout the game, and then we're doing sweeping engagement for the deployment zone. And today is an interesting one because we're doing guard versus guard. Very horrifying. Lots of dudes. All right, we're going to roll for who gets attacker defender, and we'll get set up, and then I'll show you the board. All right. Okay, we have completed our deployments, and I won the roll to choose attacker defender, so I chose defender for no real reason. I don't have any infiltrators. I am playing Mechanical Assault for Astra Militarum, and my opponent is playing Grizzled Veterans, also for Astra Militarum. I will cover the deployment real quick. I had 6. I've done this army before, but I'm basically using the Cadian profiles to be able to play my Steel Legion guys. These are all dudes in transports. So I've got a regular Chimera here with 10 dudes inside, just no special characters. This one has it's another 10-man with a Castellan, a Cadian Castellan, which I'm using the Steel Legion Lieutenants to count as that. Then I've got a Armored Sentinel with a las cannon. Oh, and the dice on these represent my Hunter Killer missiles. So I have a ton of Hunter Killer missiles on everything. This is a Leman Russ Demolisher, another Chimera with a Lieutenant, or a Castellan, another 10-man unit and a Chimera. This is a Leman Russ Commander with the Executioner Plasma Cannon, and it has Plasma Sponsons and a las cannon. Then this is the Leman Russ Eradicator with the big autocannon that gives AP1. Then I've got another Chimera with a 10-man and a Castellan in there. Then I've got another Chimera with another 10-man, and this one is joined by Yarrick himself. So this is round 2, giving Yarrick a try. I have the proper one built, but I haven't painted him yet. So we're just gonna go with that. That's fine. Then I've got another Sentinel here. Oh, and the Sentinels have las cannons on them. So las cannons and a ton of Hunter Killer missiles. The Chimeras are all armed with multi-lasers, heavy flamers, and heavy stubbers, and then the las gun array. So they have a ton of shots. All my tanks have the heavy stubbers, even though they're all broken off. So, oh well. Okay, now I'm going to cover my opponent's army. So he's doing the Krieg guys. All right, he's got a big, I guess a 20-man brick and then a 5-man command squad?
Yep.
All right. Then there's a little heavy stubber, heavy weapon team, Chimera with another 10 dudes inside.
Five squad engineers.
Okay, that's engineers. Then he's got a Scout Sentinel with saw and a las cannon. Then he's got a field artillery piece that's a bombard.
Siege cannon.
Siege cannon,
Yeah.
all right.
We're giving artillery a try.
Okay, we're trying out artillery. Then he's got also a same thing as mine, the Exterminator, Hunter Killer kind of laying on there. He's got a, is this the Commander, Tank Commander Rogaldorn?
Tank Commander.
All right, Tank Commander Rogaldorn, which is pretty solid. Then these look like heavy flamers.
Yes.
All right, that's pretty insane. Then he's got another, is this an engineer? This is another engineer squad.
Another engineer squad with commander.
And then a tech priest.
Yeah.
Another artillery gun. And then this is the, what, Vanquisher?
The Vanquisher.
The Vanquisher, okay. And then another 20-man brick with a command squad. Another engineer group and a Chimera. And then a las cannon group of heavy weapons. So it's pretty interesting. We're both going to be pretty aggressive here. I think I might be more aggressive than him. We'll see. So, all right. I won the roll for first turn, so we'll do a video at the end of the turn, and I'll show what I got and how things went. Thanks. All right, my first turn is over, so here's what I ended up doing. I moved up pretty aggressively. I really wanted first turn. So this is my tank commander holding on to here. Oh, this one's sticky, by the way. Forgot to do that. I have the middle one held, and then I moved up and I grabbed all the objectives. I had to do bring it down and sabotage, and you would think with all of the DACA that I had that I would be a little more effective, and you would be wrong, because I utterly failed to do anything in between missing easy rolls and him saving every 5 and 6 plus that I put him at. He laughed away all of my attacks, and I basically did almost nothing except, like, I shot a bunch into him because you'd think he would be an easy target. Wrong. Couldn't kill him. Only did 2 wounds. I shot him a bunch, did nothing. I shot him a ton, I did 1. That was pretty good, right? Then I did shoot and kill this tank finally at the very end. With the very last tank, my Demolisher was able to put some cannon shots on him and smashed him. But I fired all but 2 of my hunter killers and did absolutely nothing. It was nuts. And then just to like top off the absurdity of the turn, I charged this Chimera with my Chimera and he hurt me. Like, this is just nutso. But yeah, so
Love the addition charging.
yeah. So I did score bring it down at the very end, and this unit here is doing sabotage for me. So we'll see if I'm able to hold on. He's going to clap back and probably pretty hard because I failed to do much damage to him. Even though I had all this huge amount of shooting, it just didn't do anything. So yeah, we'll see. All right, thanks. All right, we have finished up Andrew's first turn, and he counter-attacked pretty heavily. He first of all, I guess for secondaries, he got tempting target and sabotage as well. He originally drew area denial, which he was not likely to be able to do, so he discarded it and got sabotage. So this was the tempting target objective, and as you can see, he's pretty conclusively stomping on it. So let's see, he moved up and took out my Sentinel and one of my Chimeras, put a little bit of damage around, flamed the crap out of the tank, and I just failed every save. 4s are apparently super hard to roll for me, so that's all fails. And he killed this Chimera with some crazy good luck, and then fell out. These guys fell out, but they're okay. And now we're gonna see, let's see, oh, my sabotage completed. So I have 7 to his 5 currently, and he has sabotage pending with this Sentinel here, so we'll see what happens. All right, wrapped up turn 2. I drew Storm Hostile and Recover Assets. I needed to clap back big this turn, and I did pretty good. I killed all the guys over here. The plasma tank moved up and shot through that gap there and killed that whole squad. It turns out his heavy weapons can fire on death if you make the 3+ roll, and he mostly did not, which was very fortunate for me. The Demolisher tank moved up and blasted the last cannon squad, and only one of them was able to shoot back, and it failed to hit. I killed the Chimera in combat by mobbing all these dudes, so +1 wound is nice when you get out of a transport. I killed the engineers and the Sentinel over here, denying him sabotage, which is good. And then charged through the wall, and I've done 6 of his 12 wounds, but failed to kill him. I tank shocked for 4 of them. The tank didn't do anything in combat, but that's no surprise. The tank in shooting totally annihilated the heavy subbers and killed the flamers that were there. Those flamers are the real deal. So if you're into Krieg, get you some flamers, because those things are nuts. But the heavy subbers totally failed to fire, and 2 of the flamers fired. One of them shot in and killed the frickin' Chimera that only had 1 wound left from all the flamer hits that it took. And these guys fell out. They can't charge, unfortunately. But my other Chimera was able to charge in and killed the gun operator, who I failed to kill, and take control of this objective for overwhelming force, because I already had all the objectives. So as far as objective control, I'm dominating right now. He still has a lot of power over here on this side, so he'll be able to push back, but I did pretty good. Now what's funny is I forgot to do recover assets, so I still have that secondary, and I'm going to do it next turn. All right, thanks. Okay, we're finished with Andrew's second turn. He drew no prisoners and defend stronghold, which was pretty grim to start because I had a firm grasp on his home base. But as you can see, he cleared out a lot of my stuff again. We're just kicking the crap out of each other. And he has grabbed his home objective back and killed most of my stuff in the area. He took out all my tanks. He just could not fail, and I couldn't save. So I still have hold of this objective, though, which is nice. He roasted most of the guys over here and beat up Yark pretty bad, but he's still alive. So he got 5 for no prisoners, and defense stronghold is ongoing. But it is now going to be my turn, and I'm going to do recover assets and whatever else I draw. And we'll talk about it after I get done. Thanks. Okay, I have finished the bottom of my third turn. I held all 3 of the objectives in the middle again because I still had 6 of these guys. I've lost some, but at the time I held them. So I racked up another 15 there, and then I drew establish locus and recover assets. So establish locus, you have to do an action either in the middle or in the enemy's deployment zone for points. And then recover assets, you have to do an action in 3 different zones of the board. So your deployment zone, the enemy's deployment zone, and then no man's land. And I was able to max both of these. I did an action with one of these units for establish locus, and then the other one for recover assets in no man's land, and then recover assets in my own deployment zone. So I was able to get 9 there to put my secondary count up to 20 and my primary count up to 30. And he successfully completed defense stronghold. He went to ground and saved a bunch of dudes to keep himself from being possible to be wiped out. I did chew the shit out of the unit. Yeah, the plasma guy just went off and just totally hammered the squad and killed a bunch of guys. And the tank squashed the artillery he was engaged with and killed a bunch of those dudes in there. So the tank has just been slaughtering everybody. It's pretty good. But yeah, so that's it for me, and we're going to do Andrew's next turn, and we'll see where we're at. Thanks. Okay, we're finished with Andrew's third turn. He drew marked for death and engage on all fronts, and the marked units were that infantry squad, this chimera, and this sentinel. And for his alternate choice, he selected this infantry unit, which he successfully destroyed and got 2 points for that. And then engage on all fronts. He has a unit down here in the building in the corner, and then he's got this chimera in this quadrant, and then he backed his tank up and took this one, and he was able to shoot in and destroy my demolisher. So that's it for him. He got 4 points on that one to put his secondary total up to 17. So he's keeping pace with me on secondaries. All right. Okay, I have completed my 4th turn. This was the alpha objective, so it disappeared and it's no longer worth anything. But I had this one and this one, so I got 16 for the primary there. And then I drew Display of Might and Overwhelming Force. Display of Might, I have to have more units in no man's land than my opponent, and Overwhelming Force, I have to destroy an enemy unit that started the turn on an objective, which is only these 2 units back there. Now, fortunately, that is a character blob, and the unit they were attached to, I did vaporize, so I managed to get 3 points for that. And then Display of Might, I was able to move into the middle. He had 2, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I managed to score that. So my secondary standing is 27, and we'll see how he does on his turn. All right, thanks. Okay, we finished the bottom of round 4. He drew behind enemy lines and recover assets. Now, behind enemy lines is obvious. You have to get units into my deployment zone. Now, in order to get full points, you have to get 2 units in, but he was able to get 1, which was worth 3. And then recover assets was the same one I had, and he was able to do all 3 zones as well. He's got a unit in the building that he did it with, and then this chimera and this Leman Russ here. And he moved up here and shot and killed my last Leman Russ, and I heroically intervened with my Castellan in order to keep him from taking this objective, and I survived the attack. So good for me. All right. Okay, so we are finally at the end of turn 5, and he drew Storm Hostile, which is just about perfect, and Assassination, which also was just about perfect. Here, all he had to do was fall back onto this objective, and he would easily take it away, which he did, and that's 15 plus 4. That move there, automatic move that can't be stopped, is a 19-point play. Then he had Assassination, so he just moved his guys out, shot Yarick with an overcharged plasma rifle, did a wound, I failed to save, he died, and then I rolled a 1 to get back up, so he's just dead. So that was a 5-point swing there. So he netted 24 points in one turn, which is pretty wild. So the grand total for the secondaries was 34 to my 32, so he got past me on secondaries. My secondaries were actually kind of bad for most of the game. I had a hard time doing them. And then the overall, he got 15 for the primary, so that's 49, 59. We just always do paint for casual games. So the total was 92 to 59. So and other than the primary, he was very competitive and stayed close in the game. So, and as far as militarily goes, unless I do some pretty crazy stuff, it's unlikely that I will kill the door, and the door will just kill everything left on the map. So.
That'd be
That and this squad here with the melter rifle. So I have a chance, but it's unlikely. But I could do some tricks and like throw grenades and stuff. So I might get him. But either way, the point is that it was actually a pretty close game, even though I dominated on primary. But he was able to stay engaged and push back and did his secondaries and got points. So there we go. Game's a wrap. Thanks for watching, guys.